for the presentation of colors at the West High School Air Force, playing on the AFJROTC program, and the singing of the national anthem performed by the West High Choir. The color of our team is led by Cadet First Lieutenant Tracy. Thank you. You may now be seated. Good afternoon. I'm Cadet First Lieutenant Christian and on behalf of our principal, Mr. Gary Henderson, students and staff, and the Tracy Nearby School District, I would like to welcome you to the 2023 West High School Veterans Day ceremony. hosted by the Merrill High School Air Force JROTC Unit CA-20161. Today, we gather to honor our veterans in attendance, those missing in action, and all who have worn the uniform of the United States military and have served our country honorably. We appreciate the sacrifices that those in uniform have made to allow this gathering to take place and the freedoms we enjoy today. Before we begin our ceremony, I would like to acknowledge our distinguished guests. Please welcome Dr. Troy Brown, San Joaquin County School Superintendent. Robert Goodman, San Joaquin County Supervisor, District 5. Dr. Nancy Love, Mayor, City of Tracy. Mateo M. Bedoya, Councilmember, City of Tracy. Chief Millington, Tracy Chief of Police. Dr. Juan Pico, Superintendent of Tracy Unified School District. Jeremy Silva, TSD Board Trustee. Director of Human Resources. Dr. Zach Boswell, Director of Curriculum and Accountability. Camila Salinas, Associate Superintendent of Business Services. And Ms. Fatima Moreno, representing Congressman Josh Carter. Today, we will be performing a PLW NIA ceremony for you. This ceremony is part of most official functions, formal dinners, and ceremonies around the Air Force. As you enter the room, you may have noticed a special table. It is filled with symbolism. I will explain. The table is reserved to honor our missing service members, those missing action for all wars. They are not with us today. Set for 5, the empty chairs represent Americans who were or are missing from each of the branches of service: Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, and Coast Guard. This honor ceremony symbolizes that they are with us here in spirit. Some were very young when they were sent into combat. However, Americans should never forget the brave men and women who answer our nation's call to serve the cause of freedom in a special way. Let us remember their absence as we now honor each branch of service as the West High Orchestra plays Amazing Grace. Let us remember the United States Army, honored by Cadet Captain Tommy Zoo. Let us remember the United States Army Corps, honored by Cadet Major Brianna Rodriguez. Let us remember the United States Navy, honored by Cadet Captain CA-20161. the United States Air Force, honored by Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Jessica Betts. Let us remember the United States Coast Guard, honored by Cadet Second Lieutenant Merrill. I would like to explain the symbolism of the items of this special tool. The hats from the 5 services represent the unity of purpose shared by our comrades in arms. The long table symbolizing the frailty of one prisoner against the others. The table is round to show our everlasting concern for our missing men. Remember, the tablecloth is white, symbolizing the purity of their motives when answering the call to duty. Remember, the single red rose displayed on the base reminds us of the life of each of the missing, and the loved ones and friends of these Americans who keep the faith awaiting answers. Remember, the base is tied with a yellow ribbon, symbolizing our continued determination to account for our missing. Remember, a slice of lemon on the bread plate reminds us of the bitter fate of those captured and missing in foreign lands. Remember, a pinch of salt symbolizes the tears endured by those missing and their families who seek answers. Remember, the candle is lit, reflecting our hope for their return alive or dead. Remember, the glass is inverted to symbolize their inability to share in this community's toast. Remember, the chairs are empty. They are not here. who depended upon their rights and aid and their right home, for surely they have not forgotten you. Remember, at this time, I ask that you please stand. AFJ will come forward to lay a wreath. We will then bow our heads for a moment of silence in honor of the Americans who were or are missing from each of the services. Please bow your heads for a moment of silence. Thank you. Taps will now be played by the West High Orchestra. Please be seated. We would like to recognize the veterans who are now teachers and/or staff at West High. Miss Diana Atkins. Mr. Scott Von Army. Assistant Principal, Mr. Michael Sandero, Army. Mr. Jose Aguirre, Navy. Mr. Alvaro Gomez, Marine Corps. Mr. Michael Fowler, Air Force. Mr. T.J. Williams, Air Force. We would also like to recognize our very own AFJROTC instructors. Senior Master Sergeant John Morris, Air Force. And Major Archie Godfrey, Air Force. If you are a veteran of the armed forces or have a family member currently serving or is retired, please rise when the branch of service is called. Army. Marine Corps. Navy. Air Force. Coast Guard. You may now be seated. Today, I have the honor of introducing our special guest speaker, the distinguished Superintendent of Schools for San Joaquin County, Dr. Troy Brown. Tracy. Dr. Brown inspired administrators and school personnel through his mission of ensuring that all students saw their worth, felt seen, and knew their potential. In 2017, Dr. Brown took on a new role as Tracy Unified School District Director of Student Services and Curriculum. From there, he joined the San Joaquin County Office of Education in 2018 and served as the County Associate Superintendent of Student Programs and Services. On October 21st, 2020, Dr. Brown was appointed to the Office of County Superintendent of Schools by San Joaquin County Board of Education. He began his term on July 1st, 2021. In this capacity, Brown serves as the Chief Executive Officer, providing leadership, support, and the state legislative designated fiscal program oversight for the county's 14 school districts and approximately 152,000 public school students. 7 years ago, while he was principal at West High School, Dr. Brown took steps with the Air Force to bring the AFJROTC program to West High. When it started, the program had only around 50 cadets and 1 instructor. Today, we have over 185 cadets, as well as 2 instructors and numerous awards, medals, trophies, and national recognition. We would like to thank Dr. Brown for his foresight in establishing the AFJROTC program here at West High. Without further ado, please give a warm welcome to the Superintendent of Schools for San Joaquin County, Dr. Troy Brown.
Thank you, Cadet Ojaya. All right. He's got a great voice for reading during the radio today. Well, you know West High, it's always a pleasure to come back to West High School. My time as principal here changed my life forever, and I will always be grateful. West High is a special place, and there is a reason the motto, West High, Best High began. I love seeing the numbers over here. This is great. The Air Force, the AFJROTC program is an amazing opportunity for students within the Tracy community. The AFJROTC helps students' lives and provide them with skills to better serve their community. Cadets in the Air Force, the AFJROTC program serve as ambassadors at West High School and the Tracy Unified School District. They are often called up by district officials, veteran organizations, the City of Tracy, and county supervisors to present the colors and support numerous community events and civic functions. I am honored to be here today to share a few thoughts about Veterans Day. Veterans Day is an opportunity to thank living military veterans for their service and to acknowledge those that died in service to this country. Thank you to the Air Force, the AFJROTC program, for hosting this event and making this a special day for our local veterans. In reflecting on how to honor our military veterans and other members who serve, I thought a lot about what we can do to show our gratitude for the freedoms we enjoy every day. We live in a world that sometimes seems divided. We also live in a generation where young people like yourselves are being raised and having given permission to share their thoughts and voices more openly than previous generations. And that is a good thing. It is wonderful to hear your input and how the decisions we make as a society affect you now and in the future. However, it is important as a community and as educators to help you and other young people know how to respectfully use your voice to help make positive changes in the world. You must learn to think critically in order to see problems, diagnose solutions, and make decisions. The example you and other youth and adults see in social media, news outlets, and with many politicians, even at the highest level, do not always portray the right way to have these positive discussions. These outlets have led to this divisive arena where individuals must take one side or the other on issues, with no middle ground or room to have healthy discussions. To truly honor our veterans, we should work to be more unified. We do not have to agree with every decision of other individuals to be unified, but we can be unified in love and respect for others. That is what the world needs more of, and that is something we can do to change our society. Picture a world where politicians or other leaders are discussing difficult topics through respectful dialogue that leads to positive solutions. Picture a world where individuals can share their opinions and not be hated and instantly bashed publicly for that opinion. One of the things that we work hard at the County Office of Education is making connections with individuals, including all of our students. As we learn about our students and the stories of their lives, we often learn about their struggles or hardships. We often learn about what they want to do or their favorite hobby. This often changes how we might look at an individual and some of the choices they are making. This often helps us be more tolerant, kind, understanding, and loving. This is the language of unity. This is the language that heals the soul and helps us come together. This is the language that drives us to serve others and to think less of our own needs. We want students to serve humanity and be constructive citizens, so we must teach and model this behavior ourselves. It's critical that you recognize what you can control, and that is your own actions and your own reactions to situations. You should take care of each other. You should make for good and serve others. No matter the profession you choose to pursue, you should be able to reflect and pinpoint how you can serve others through that profession. So how do we become more unified? We learn about other people. We listen to their stories. We think critically about what we read and see. We show gratitude towards others. We demonstrate patience with one another. We serve others and we love others. That brings unity. In conclusion, I had the opportunity on Wednesday last week to hear from Time Magazine's Kid of the Year, Orion Jean. He is an ambassador of kindness. I encourage you to look him up later. He has written a book titled Race to Kindness. At 11 years old, he began a race to donate toys to a hospital and collected over 600 toys. He then collected over 100,000 meals to feed families in need and over 500,000 books to encourage literacy. He is an amazing young man and is a great example for all of us. He speaks about the motto, be kind, where K in kind stands for keep your eyes open. I stands for include others. N stands for nothing is too small. And D stands for do something about it. This young man has a vision of how we can be unified as a community. The JRTC has a long list of events where they have taken the opportunity to serve their community. That is how we become unified. We serve others. By serving others, we honor our veterans. Thank you, JRTC, for setting that example and showing the true way to honor others is to serve them. And thank you for allowing me to be here today. Have a great day.
Thank you, Dr. Brown, for your very enlightening speech. I would like to bring this ceremony to a close with a few remarks provided by the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs as the West Iowa show plays America the Beautiful. When Francis Scott Key wrote the Star-Spangled Banner almost 200 years ago, he called America the land of the free and the home of the brave. Those words are as true today as they were then. Throughout this nation's history, America's soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardsmen have bravely answered the call to defend our freedom, to aid our friends and allies, and to turn back aggressors. We can never fully repay our debt of gratitude to the more than 650,000 American service members who died in battle, or the 1.4 million for what we do. We can, however, recognize and thank the 25 million veterans still living today. These words are inscribed on the 38th War Memorial in Washington, D.C. Quote, "Our nation honors her sons and daughters who answer the call to defend a country they never knew and a country they never met." End quote. Those words apply equally to many of our World War I, World War II, Vietnam War, and World War veterans as well. They apply to today's active duty service members, tomorrow's veterans who are helping to maintain peace throughout the world. Today, it is our privilege to say thank you to all of America's veterans, to let them know that we appreciate them for their service and honor them for their sacrifices. The price of freedom is high. We cannot afford to forget those willing to pay. Today, we celebrate America's veterans for keeping this nation the land of the free and the home of the brave. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as we retire the toast. Thank you for attending the 2023 West High Veterans Day ceremony.